Okay, we currently taking dark field correction at the moment. I'm going to take 3 of them at 25 seconds with the current adjustment done in histogram and gamma, and the gain at 25. I had to shut down the 2 monitor on the other side. It was enough to throw a glow and disrupt the ability to have a dark screen. Okay. Oh, you're recording this, Jack. Okay. So, oh, by the way, Jack, this afternoon I did a solo broadcast with the DS2.3 Plus, and boy, oh, below, it really blew my socks off. And I was able to record using the Mallin Sky software and AVI while I was broadcasting, and I sent you and Chris the picture. And that was doing my broadcast. So you can actually record an AVI, whatever that you're broadcasting or viewing on your screen, and it was great. And what I did, I went to Registax 5.1, an older version, and stacked about 70, out of 70 images, about, I think, 60 or so, 50 or 60 got stacked, and a couple of wavelet things, and that was it. Super quick, super easy, and it was fantastic. I was shocked to see the result. I really, really like what I've seen, so it was quite impressive. Okay, we've got our dark frame completed, and we are going to go on the other side and swing the dome around and see how well it's going to work. So we're going to be right back, folks. Hang on a minute. Okie dokie. So once again, we're going to recuperate here what we're doing. The exposure is set at 25 seconds, and we've got the gain at 25 out of 50, so the gain's only running half. The gamma is at 1.55, 150, I believe, and I left the histogram set at 0 and 100. So we're going to enable the dark field correction on the next frame. So 25 seconds. Let's see and pay attention to the screen and see what it's going to do. Dying to know myself. So either everything's going to jam, blow up, smoke, explode, or whatever the case is. Either way, it's going to be fun. There you go. Here's your dark frame subtraction. As designed, you don't need a Peltier cooler anymore. Look at that. The dark field subtraction. This is what it does, folks. The dark field correction Really, really, really does it. You get rid of everything. Amp-glow, hot pixels, warm pixels. And the beauty of this also, you get rid of any residual noise in there. This is not a stack image, folks. This is a single image. One single image. I don't need to stack. I'm in Altaz, I'm not guiding, there's no filters, there's nothing. It's just the way it is. Okay, I was just going to do that actually. Let's take the, make your image big, folks, on the screen. Grab the lower right corner, you'll see a little arrow if you wish. Grab and drag your mouse with it, and you're going to make your image a lot bigger. Wait till you see the mess there is once that dark. Here we go, here it comes. There we go. So you got amp-glow on the left a little bit, at the bottom you've got about at least no less than 200 hot pixels, warm pixels. Dewey, that depends. It depends on your scope, Dewey. I see it goes, as high as 45 seconds, but in my case, I'm using only 25 seconds, anywhere from 15 to 25 for me is plenty. It's how you adjust the remaining software. The histogram, the gamma, and all of that stuff. It all depends how you're going to adjust that. So if you pay attention really good, make your image bigger by grabbing the lower right, drag it with your mouse, and you're going to make that image really, really big. You're going to see there's about 200 warm and hot pixels in there, which is normal. We've got a 25-second exposure running, so you got red, green, blue little dots all over the place. And you got amp-glow at the bottom, amp-glow to the left, which is normal with every CCD made on the planet. If you've got the gain high enough, that is. And I'm running the gain midway, so we are gonna get some artifacts when you run the gain. But the dark field correction will remove all residual noise. In other words, dark current noise is going to be reduced, if not removed completely. You're going to get rid of the hot pixels, warm pixels, amp-glow, and your image is going to become perfect. So try full screen if you can. Right now we're going to activate the, I'm going to enable the dark field correction. Watch this. We've got another 20 seconds to wait. All right, pay attention to the screen, folks. If you can make your image bigger, do it, or make it full screen. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Look at all those hot pixels and warm pixels. On my screen here, I see tons of it. Like it's about 200 of them at least, which is normal. Here it comes. This is the dark field subtraction. Everything is gone. Folks, everything's completely gone. I just love it. This is awesome. Don't touch the other adjustments though. Leave things the way they are, and that's how we got to do it. Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. And the beauty of this, I'm going to post tomorrow morning. I'll be doing another broadcast if it's sunny. If not, I'm going to post what I've done today while broadcasting on nightskiesnetwork.ca here, using that same camera on the solar scope on a Coronado Solar Max 60, and I use the exact same camera. I'm going to post what I've done quickly. While I was broadcasting, I had the recording function of the software Mallin Sky for the camera going at the same time, and the computer took it no problem and decided to use one of them and say, hey, I'm going to stack about 50, 60 image. Not 3,000, not 4,000, not a million, 50 or 60. And I'm going to post that image later, either tonight or tomorrow morning on the Mallin Yahoo group, and you'll see the result of the quick solar broadcast that we've done. It was quickly put together and quickly done, basically. Freaks off, I think. It was amazing. On the fly. Yep, Connie was there, a whole bunch of people were on, and we're discussing here how everything worked. Of course, this morning we were on from 10 till noon with the Mallin cam signature, and then from 2:30 till 3:45, give or take, we were using the DS2.3 Plus on the same scope, same Barlow, and the results were far, far better than I ever anticipated. To see the surface detail. And while I was recording the AVI video, I didn't expect that either. I didn't expect that would work, and it did. Yeah, you missed that there, Jack, for sure, but I took a picture of it by stacking a couple of images, like 50, 60 of them at the most. Not 2,000, not 3,000, not 500 or whichever. Again, it all depends how you adjust the camera before you take your picture or your frames. So to adjust the camera where you like it, or you can no longer improve on it. And this is where that you get to stack the image if you want for solar anyways. But for deep sky here, what we're looking at is, it's just the way it is. I want to try to contrast it a little bit. I'm going to move some of the adjustment here. So bear with me. I'm going to do a little bit of experiment here on the M82. We're going to see the background, how it's going to turn out. Bear with me for a moment. We'll do a bit of experiment here. And I'm going to increase the brightness a little bit to about 10. I think that's all I had it this afternoon on the sun, but doesn't mean... oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, we don't need the contrast or the brightness. I think if we leave things just the way they are, it's perfect. We do see a little bit fainter stars in the background by increasing the brightness a wee bit. But I mean, it's fine. Yeah, I did mine, Chris, last week, just on time, so always at the last minute. Excuse me. Now, Jack, let's try, Jack, yeah, I owe, off to work I go, yes. Tax time. Jack, let's do the zoom here that you wanted to see. And I was at 50% earlier. For the few burgers. I like burgers, Jack. Okay, Jack, I just went from 50% of the screen to 67. Here's the zoom at 75%. Oh, you can actually see this getting bigger. We'll go at 100% size. This is the actual size on the screen, 100%, and my screen's not big enough to show me. The resolution of the camera is 1920 by 1200, so you are going to end up with a large picture. Yes, it does, Chris. That I have to admit. Got to admit where, and give credit where credit is due, is definitely correct. It holds the zoom very well. You could call that the zoom, I guess, but it's more like image scale size. So we could go, this is 100%. We could go up to 400%. So we're going to continue going. Here's 150%. But you're going to start to see the pixels. If you pay attention to the middle where the brighter part is, yes, 100% is a real scale. We're up to 150. Still not too bad, as long as the scope doesn't track off a bit. Here's 200%. We could go a little bit more if we want. 300%. This is cool. And 400%. But nah, let's go back to 50%, and I think it's quite nice. Actually, this should have been about 58%. Yeah, this is about 58 or 57. Hang on a second. We could manually adjust that. Right, there you go. 57% fits on my screen here just fine, and this is the resolution that we're getting. Yeah, it's still good. It's not too bad. I'm not 100% focused. I should probably stop the exposure and take the time to focus properly. I think that would be a good thing that I should do. I know I'm not focused properly. So what we're going to do is this. Let's go full 150%, and we're going to stop the exposure. All I need is a star in there, that's all. Hang on, bear with me for a moment, and I'm going to stop this, and we're going to go to video mode instead of 2-second exposure. Yeah, we could see a star at the bottom of the screen here. Let's increase that to 3-second exposure. So, okay. Here we go. At the bottom we see a star, so I'm going to try to focus on that. Alright, I went the wrong way. The star became dimmer, which is an indication for us that we are out of focus and going the wrong way. Whoop, here again, wrong way. Let me touch up the focus a little bit here, folks. Give me a few moments. Okay, that sucks. Okay, the blue dot you just saw, that is a cosmic ray that hit one of the pixels. This is what cosmic ray looks like. It's kind of cool. Oh, we got clouds going by. That's what's happening. All right. That is why my star at the bottom is changing brightness on me. Okay, there we go. Yeesh, let's try this. Let's go back to 57%. And we're going to change from video mode to trigger mode and start the loop. So here comes 25 seconds. I think I adjusted the focus. I'm not sure. So we're going to see what it looks like. I was going to the star at the bottom. There's a star, but I think I got it. I think. Let's wait and see. Yeah, it did improve. Okay. Or did it? Yeah, it's a little bit sharper. This is 25 seconds. Let's try a little bit longer exposure, but for that I would need to do a bank of dark field correction, and I'm not going to do it. So we're just going to pump that up maybe 35 seconds. I don't know if my tracking is going to handle that. Let's give it a try, folks. This is 25 seconds. We're going to pump that up to 35. Give 10 more. Yeah, it's a bit better core. I didn't take the time to focus properly, folks. I'm just doing experiment here tonight, having fun with the adjustments, get the feel of it. Testing it in the lab is one thing, but testing it out in the field is two different things. Yes, quite. Bill, I agree with you on that. We got a good definition here. Oh, I don't know. I can't see who's watching there, Jack. My window doesn't allow me to see everybody there. So all I see is the text you guys are writing, half of the Nice Guys Network image, and of course the software for the camera. So it's not too bad. It looks like we may not need to take another dark frame, but we could do another dark frame, a dark field correction, we will readjust the, it's at 155, so we're going to increase that to about 1.65. Let's see on the next refresh. It's coming up. It does, but we are starting to overexpose the core of the galaxy. So what is the right thing to do? I mean, use the exposure you need to get the best picture for each object. This is what you know, the bottom line is. Okay, there you go. This is a little bit better because I did increase the gamma, and that's going to make the background a little bit better. Here's what I could do. Down to about 75. The saturation's up a little bit. We see more green than anything else in there. Mind you, we've got clouds. We're looking through clouds at the moment, so it's not the best. The stars have been out of shape because my tracking is off. So the longer exposure you go, the more your tracking errors are going to show. And keep in mind, this is not guided. It's an ALTAZ. It's not polar at all. This is a Fort Mount telescope. You need to set it up to whatever works for you. Okay, I lowered the color a little bit. I find it went down a bit too much. So let's increase the saturation a bit. This afternoon I had the saturation down to 10 or 20 on the sun. No, not even. Yeah, it was about 10. It was just too much color. If you use too much color, you're going to have noise. Color noise it's called. So by lowering the saturation, you get to get a good spot. There we go. Now we're down to 85 on the saturation. And let's see what we're going to get next. So if you look at the star lower left, they kind of drag on a bit. It looked like egg shape. That is because of the tracking. And also the field rotation will start. This is a big scope. You're going to get the same result with a 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 inch. It doesn't matter. It's probably tracking, Bill. It's probably tracking. Let's see on the next refresh here, because if you look on the stars on the right, they look okay. They're a little bit egg-shaped. The brighter star by the galaxy at 4 o'clock position, which is the brightest so far, except for the one on the left, it looks a big egg shape, but the one on the left, lower left, are more elongated. Okay, there we go. We just got a refresh that just happened, and the galaxy is moving towards the right. So obviously this is a tracking issue. So your limitation of exposure is going to be caused by the tracking. So the longer exposure you go, the more your tracking error is going to show. Now here's what's happening. Just imagine what it's doing to the star. Imagine what it's doing to the image. Your image is going to become fuzzier. It won't be as sharp. That's because your tracking is not dead on. So you're better off backing off on exposure. Change your settings a little bit. Back off, go to 25. For example, on this object, 25 seconds for my scope seems to be pretty good. Not the best, but pretty good. Acceptable anyways. Rounder stars, and all of them were. And then we need to readjust the gamma only to change the background to bring the image out a little bit more. Also, you could do that using the histogram. That's another thing too. We're losing fine detail in the galaxy right now, unless, okay, look at the stars. Oh, we just lost it. No, actually, we're fine. The stars are round. If the stars are all round, that means the tracking was okay during the exposure, and by the time the new refresh came, or the next 35-second exposure came up, everything's going to be sharp. So right now, the object is fairly sharp. And how can you tell? Look at the stars. Most of them are quite round. There's not too much egg shape. If there is, it's a little bit. That's okay. But we're still limited at 35 seconds. Now, if you could see this here, this is cloud moving in. So the object is getting dimmer and dimmer, and I think these are the clouds they said I was going to get early in the evening. Oh man, don't tell me we're going to pull the plug because of that. Okay, that's not fun. Okay, clouds are coming over, folks. This is being hampered by the clouds. Did I mention in the beginning of the broadcast I hate clouds? I don't hate anybody or anything. It's more dislike here. How's that? Bill Boo. I'm disappointed too. Crap. That sucks. Oh well, there's not much we can do, folks. You gotta, put up with the weather. But I will say one thing. I'm really glad I finally got split cam to work, so we could show people how to use their sky raiders and also their exterminators when we're using a frame grabber. Sky's the limit now, as far as that is concerned. So I really, really like that. Boy, I tell you, sky conditions are no good. We're looking through clouds right now, believe it or not, and it's not nice. But hey, what can you do? Not much. Rusty's back with us. All right. Rusty, you're coming in just as I'm about to pull the plug, because we are looking through clouds right now. And it sucks. It's not nice. However, if tomorrow morning's clear, I'm going to be back at about 10, 11 o'clock for solar. If it's not, I'm going to post the image that I took today, recording AVI while I was broadcasting on Night Skies Network. The software for the SkyRaider DS2.3 Plus allows you to record an AVI or you broadcast on Night Skies Network. That's the beauty of it. This is so much fun, and this is where the Flash player comes in as well. You're allowed to do that. It will allow you to do that. It's really versatile. We're broadcasting in HD tonight, by the way, the full 1920 by 1080p. Actually, I bought a 2x Barlow and a 2.5. I'm going to combine both of them. The 2x is a 2-inch version, and the other one is an 1.25-inch version, and I was planning to do that tonight. But looking out the door here, Jupiter is like a fuzzball. That means it's cloud. We're looking through clouds at the moment, folks. Yes, good, it will. That's correct, Rusty. If it does work, if Dazzle does work with it, Rusty, that's not a problem. Night Skies Network.ca here, since we did the upgrade, will allow HD mode if it supports it, and obviously it did. Thank you very much for letting me know. I was pretty sure it was going to support it, and if it did, all the better. It's very versatile. The site is very versatile. We get to adjust the resolution we need, 640 by 480, or you could go as high as 1920 by 1080, which is full HD. This is real HD imaging, live video feed. So it doesn't get any better than that. Let me take the headphones off for a moment. No, Dewey, I didn't try the DSC yet. I'm going to do that, but it's going to be hard to use the DSC on the sun, Dewey, and I'll tell you why. The sensor in there is so darn sensitive. You're talking about a 3200 millivolt sensor. It will work, not a problem, but boy, you're going to need to bring that exposure way down, lower the brightness way down, contrast way down, and of course the histogram, the gamma is going to have to be way down. Everything's going to be turned down, including the gain, so you could see something. So it's a little bit trickier to use. The DSC is more of a deep sky camera. Let me go look outside with my own two eyes. This is clouds. I'll be right back, folks. I'm just going to take a step outside, look at the sky condition. I think we're doomed for the evening. But bear with me for a moment. I'll be right back. I'll go check out the sky condition with my own two eyes.